I think I saw like sections of time, and there was something going on, like a tribulation. And in the sections of time, people were hating on us. Like, where is your God? Type thing, like hating on us. And like the sections of time were split up. I could see us like in the middle of the sections. And then it said something like, endure for a little while. And the verse came up like, this is the patience of the saints. But he's not going to leave us orphans or to deal with the wrath. And, he rescues us. He's not, because it's not for us, and he's not going to leave us to be mocked like that. But I got the feeling like we are going to see and we are going through something, but hold on, be patient, because he's coming and he's going to rescue us. Don't worry, type thing. I feel like a lot of the mocking and the scoffing comes from inside the body, like churchgoers, like the churches, like you're in church and getting mocked and scoffed or something. That's like what I'm seeing. Like the where's your God or type thing. And then maybe like this is the burnt brisket or something.
Okay, so a while back, I don't even want to guess at the date. It was probably like summer of 2023. Gosh, over a year ago. Maybe. I'll try and find it. I uploaded a dream that I was given that had burnt brisket on a decorated table, like laid out like a feast on a table that I had prepared. And the dinner was like over dry, like when the candles are burnt down because you're waiting on someone and the dinner's ruined because it's gotten cold and dry and burned and dried out. Um, and Jesus was in front of me. So I will try and find that in my videos, my other videos, and link it to this somehow. I'm not very good at the linking, so I'll try and put it in the description or something, if I can find it easily. If not, it is in my videos. Um, I have many dreams and visions, so that the word of the Lord, the Lord's been trying to get out. So it would be good to just go back and watch and listen to those as well. And it's in those as well.
All right. Well, I had a dream. I was next to my mom on a bench, and we were having like salad, and it was like chicken salad mixed up, like chopped up, like shredded, and everything. And there's this boy, whatever, like in front of us, and like he has like weapons around like his waist and everything. And he like guards like the back porch, like the balcony or whatever. And he like every time they come and like spawn in, I guess, like come, he goes out and it kills them. So he noticed like one, I guess, and he's like, I guess it's like rare maybe or something. And he got like a paint scraper, like a putty like scrape. Um, and he grabbed it by the handle, and he waited for the timing when he'd be over, and he dropped it and it cut like the head off. Like it was like a small zombie, whatever. So it was like able to cut, I guess. And then um I guess my mom was like sitting with mom, and she was like, "Well, here's your food, whatever, or something." And I was like, "I don't really care about that right now. I don't need that right now. Like get the boy like not to go out there. Like he's going to get all the zombies like round up all around us and come to us. And the zombies have weapons too, so they have like guns, they have everything." And then um I don't know, I like had a feeling like he was like out there, like he's being surrounded, he's gonna die out there. And so like usually I don't like going on the back porch, so I only like went through the porch, and I grabbed, because like there was weapons like laid out like on our porch, like the back porch, like on the railings. And so I grabbed one. It was like a sword, and so I grabbed it and I threw it because he was like surrounded by zombies. Like, they were biting on him and everything. And I was like, oh, he's gonna be infected and he's gonna turn to a zombie. I just don't know when. And then like, he was like, careful, like how you just throw that, and like, he almost hit me and everything. And then um, I I went back inside, and I remember he came back up, which we had like no steps, so it was like kind of weird. I don't know how he went down or anything. And so he came back up, and he had no bites on him or nothing. I know he had like a little mark, but he had like nothing, like no bites, whatever. So he was like fine. And then I remember going back. I had like a charger in my hand, and I had like a charging block, I guess. And I went to the bathroom, had the lights on and everything. So I closed every door, and then I went to my room, locked one of like, the doors, and the other door, which door that has the lock, didn't have a lock this time. It was switched around or something, I guess. And um, I was like holding the door, and I was like, "There's no way to lock this or anything." And then I felt something trying to push on my door and opening it. I'm like, there's a zombies. And then I was like, "Whoa!" Like they're all out there and everything, and I'm like, I don't got no weapon on me. I only have my charging block. There's nothing I can like reach and grab, because like it was like the door was almost open. It was almost like trying to reach, and um, so I grabbed my block, and then I was like, it was like too like hard like to like keep it closed. So I left the door open, and I grabbed the charging block, and then when the person came in, which I realized, um, like I thought like he needed help, whatever or something, and then so when I opened the door, left the door open, I grabbed the charging block, like the black charging block, and I hit like the shoulder, which it did nothing. I just know like made a mark, like kind of like an indent, and like a scrape, but it's like no scrape. It was like it didn't scrape. Weird. And um, then I realized it was him, so I just tried to laughed it off, and so he laughed off. He laughed, whatever, because like he came in like so happily weird, too. So I was like I felt something off with him, like um, his arms out or whatever, like kind of like weird, like felt like deceiving, and so I laughed it off, whatever, and he laughed it off, and like he fell and laughed, whatever, I guess, and then I woke up.
Okay, when my daughter first told me about her dream, um, she was telling me that I was making chicken salad and then we were going to eat it. So I guess I served it to them and we sat at the bench, which is at our table, um, to eat. Chicken salad, I really don't have a clue on that one. um, any ideas are welcome. I don't know why chicken salad, besides it's something that I do make on some occasions. Um, but okay, so the young boy was sitting at the table with us, but across from us. So at the table with us. And then she said that he went out to defend and protect our dwelling, right? She didn't call it dwelling, I did. So this is what I'm hearing when she's telling the dream. Him defending and protecting us reminds me where, the psalm that says, Psalm of David says that, or the psalm that says, when you abide in the shadow of the Most High, um, you're protected. You're under his wing, you're under his shadow. Um, Nothing shall come near your dwelling. Okay. Um, whom shall you fear type thing. Okay. And when she kept telling me about the young boy, it reminded me of young David before he became a king David. He was young David, and young David was a good shepherd. He protected his flock, his lambs, his sheep, and he would go and he fought lions and bears to protect them. And Jesus is a representative of young David, or young David represented Jesus, however you want to say that. Like a foreshadowing. Young David was a foreshadowing of Jesus. And Jesus is our good shepherd that protects us and fights for us, defends us, lays down his life for us, for his sheep, for his flock, right? And we're in his pen, we're his lambs. Um, of course, it just reminds me of a part maybe of tribulation, not the great tribulation, because we are not appointed to God's wrath. It kind of reminds me of tribulation and the trials that you face before the rapture. Um, and I think she said, like, when he was getting bit, but he was still fighting and defending. And there was a point that she picked up the sword and she threw it, and the sword and the zombie fled or ran away or disappeared or something. And the sword reminded me of the sword of the Spirit, which is the full armor of God, which is the Bible, the word of the Lord. We have the sword of the Spirit. Um, and I think she forgot to put on there that at one point there was a zombie that was like a sniper. Okay, which just reminds me of the schemes of the devil. Okay, and it was a sniper and it shot and it hit her leg or something, but she said she wasn't hurt. It just tore her shorts. She had shorts on and it tore her shorts, but she was not hurt. There was nothing wrong with her. She didn't even have a scratch or anything. And like she said, when the young boy came back up, into the house to find her in her room hiding, she was trying to protect herself and defend herself, like close off things, because she thought everyone was going to turn into a zombie and everyone, like all the evil was surrounding her. But the young boy was coming to her, and um, we know that, Jesus will break down every door to get to us and protect us and climb every mountain and fight every storm and just defend us. So he came in, and she, on instinct of fear, lashed out. Okay. Maybe hurt him in ways that we return to the world, or we do things that hurt, but he still loves us and protects us. And when she lashed out and got him on the arm with the charging block for her cell phone, it just made an indenture, like it just dented in and then came back out. It didn't hurt him. And she said he was laughing or smiling, because she laughed trying to, like, I knew it was you. Right. And then he she said, like, fell on his bed a little bit and then laughed at her with his arms open. Now what I don't understand is that she said it felt a little deceptive on that. So any feelings y'all get on that part of the dream, I'm open ears. But when I was listening to it, I was like, are you sure it felt deceptive, or you just felt like there was just evil around, like there was just things going on? Because it kind of reminded me of there's a new, like, cartoon for children that's coming out, and it's not released yet, but it's David. It's called David, and we watched it a couple of weeks ago, like the trailers. They have like 3 or 4 trailers on it. And there's a part in it that he's the young shepherd boy, and there's a wolf coming after the flock, but it's got a lamb, one of his little lambs, sectioned off from the flock. And the lamb's running around, the wolf's chasing to try and kill it, and David's running after with a slingshot. And he almost goes over a cliff. He, like, fights this wolf really hard, and there's a point the lamb's running and scared, but David keeps throwing himself in between the wolf and the lamb, and the lamb finally goes over the cliff. And when he goes to find the lamb has ran and hid itself in the cleft of a rock, like a little mountain cleft. And he stands there with open arms, kind of calling it, like, I forgot the lamb's name, like, come on, it's safe. I've got you. There's no fear. I've got you. It's safe. And the lamb didn't want to come out. And so he calls again, and the lamb looks, and then all of a sudden the lamb comes running to him, jumps in his open arms, and David falls on his butt and laughs, and kind of embraces the lamb. And then the other sheep of his flock come and kind of pounce on him, like joyfully rejoicing, and pounce on him. So that's what that reminded me of, that part of her dream. But that's what I see from that. That's what I see from that. If you have any suggestions, like I said, feel free to put them at the bottom in the comments, or what you may get from this. Oh, I forgot to put that it kind of reminded me, where she didn't get hurt as well, that it was her glorified body. That we get. It was her glorified body. And she stated that the whole dream felt like it was right before the rapture, like the rapture was about to happen. That she had that feeling of that urgency. The rapture was about to happen.